on an all-new Dr. Phil.
She lost over 300 pounds.
She's getting a lot more notice.
I'm not used to the attention.
But is her fiancé
You feel controlled by him.
happy with her new look?
Where did these come from?
Never in my life have I been physical with anybody. You can put me down all you want.
I'm not putting you down. I'm asking you questions.
The worst one on myself is me. I beat myself up.
Well, I'll worry about you beating yourself up. I'm worried about you beating her up. Let's do it.
Not a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
Today's going to be a changing day in your life.
5, 4.
I am not giving up on you. You know, today's story began as an amazing, and I mean amazing, transformation. Debbie tipped the scales at 450 pounds. For 12 years, she barely left the house, missing major milestones such as birthday parties, missing her own daughter's graduation. Now, 2 years ago, Debbie decided enough is enough. And so she underwent gastric bypass surgery and lost more than, get ready for this, 300 pounds. Now, you are never going to believe the new Debbie. Look at her now. Now, you would think she would be overjoyed at her incredible weight loss, but Debbie says she just can't stop seeing herself as disgusting. Take a look.
By the time I was 40 years old, I weighed 450 pounds. People made fun of me because I couldn't fit through doors. I took up a lot of room. They would back up against walls. Being overweight stopped me from living. When my son graduated high school, I drove myself to the event, but I couldn't get myself to get out of the car. I was afraid that the people that knew me, parents that grew up with my son, would recognize me and put me down, talk about me. I was so embarrassed by the way I looked. I just stopped leaving the house. I became an agoraphobic. Finally, in 2015, I had gastric sleeve surgery. I lost over 300 pounds. Before, people would look at me because I was disgusting, hideous, and now they look at me because they like the way I look. But I still have a hard time accepting myself. I don't see what other people see in the mirror. I feel like I have no self-esteem, that I'm not equal. I'm not good enough.
But Debbie's story does not end there. She says her fiancé, James, isn't happy about her new look either. He doesn't even allow her to wear makeup and is very jealous, according to her, of the way men stare at her.
I reconnected with my fiancé, James, in 2016.
I fell in love with Debbie because she's spunky.
He loves me like I always want to be loved. He's genuine. But James is very much an alpha male.
It's my way or the highway. This is the way life is.
He wants to dominate the relationship and be the one in charge. He can control what I'm eating and what I'm looking at and what I buy.
I like being in charge. I know more about the way you do things.
James acts very protective of me when I'm around other men. He tells me that I stare and that I speak flirtatiously.
Sometimes I like giving them a pep talk before going to a place. What they're doing, look, they're going to stare. So prepare yourself. Sit down and stare at me. Let them know how much you love me.
He has a problem with trust. He doesn't like for me to lock the bathroom door because if I'm in there behind a locked door that I'm doing something I shouldn't do. Or if I'm talking to myself, who are you talking to?
I'm protective. I will tell you that. I am not jealous.
When I argue back, he gets very frustrated.
I've got to a point where I've trusted Daddy. I have put her down.
He calls me the worst words that you can call a woman. But I know deep down that he truly, sincerely loves me. And if there were a judge here right now, I'd marry him today, over and over.
So you've lost 300 pounds, right?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on that. People that don't know often think that gastric bypass or sleeve is the easy way to go. There ain't nothing easy about it, is there?
No, I'm not used to who I see in the mirror. And I look in the mirror and I go back 5 minutes later and I'll look again, and I'm having trouble connecting with who I am now. I was an agoraphobic shut-in for, over 10 years, and I didn't go anywhere. I had no life. I missed out on a lifetime.
How are you doing with the changes?
Oh, I love the changes. She's getting a lot more noticed. You know, men are just noticing her big time, and she's naive a little bit about that.
So how do you deal with that?
Well, I'm not jealous. You know, can't be the guy running around all mad all the time. You can't do that. I'm grown. I'm not a kid. But she needs to understand all of them. They're just not wanting to be her friend.
You said you've had to coach her, tell her how to handle some of this stuff.
Yes, I'm doing the best I can, yes.
What kind of things do you teach her?
I want her to be self-confident. I don't want her to be where she falls into a trap of not knowing what, their intentions, or people's intentions. I don't want her to be naive at all. I want her to be strong. I want her to be self-confident.
He drives a truck, and I drive the pilot car, behind him, and we're at truck stops a lot, and it's not safe there. I'm not used to that. I'm not used to when somebody smiles at me or talks to me. I'm used to being 450 pounds. I'm used to people not thinking I'm flirty, or I'm not saying it in a flirty way, or I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not used to people taking things that I say the wrong way. And he tells me, he's like, if I say something, he'll say something like that. Well, you don't realize how they're taking it, Deb, because I'm not used to looking like this. And sometimes whenever we're standing there and we're talking to coworkers, they're staring a hole right through him, just, staring at me.
Does he say things that hurt your feelings?
Oh, yeah. I tell him all the time when he's trying to teach me stuff. I tell him all the time, it's not your content, his content. I believe he's a brilliant man. And it's not his content. He has wonderful content. It's his delivery. It's how he, sucks at home.
Like what?
Like, you just don't get it, do you? Like that. That's one of my pet peeves. That's one of my deals.
Okay, I'm always concerned about how body image and self-image go together. And it's a real challenge for partners to help manage self-image and body image. And if you've got somebody that you said, I was listening to one of your tape pieces, you said it's kind of your way or the highway. You have a way of doing things, and that's how you want it done. And true?
True to an extent where what I say, I know is right. I'm not going to say nothing that's wrong. Opinions, there's not going to be no opinions involved. Everybody has opinions. But when it's really important, I'll research the answer. I'll know the answer, and it's right.
She says that there are times when you'll say that she is fat, flabby, and you're just not into her.
I said that once or twice. It was mad,
That's hard to unring.
I understand that. I understand it completely. Believe me, I'm the worst one on myself is me. I beat myself up. I've always have.
I'm worried about you beating yourself up. I'm worried about you beating her up.
I know. I understand that.
In both ways. I'm worried about her the other way too.
I want her to be serious, really take things in. And I know it takes a little while. It's a learning curve. You don't do it overnight.
I tell him all the time. He's 47 years old. He's got 47 years experience in his body. I've got a year in mine.
Well, no, you've got that's not true. Does it hurt you when he says that?
Well, yeah.
What do you say?
I can't say that on TV. I can't say those words on TV.
Yeah, I get the point real quick. Is that wrong? She scolds me pretty good.
I step back and look at this, and from my standpoint, purely objective, having not met either one of you before, I look at you as being a very controlling alpha male type, and I look at you as being very vulnerable right now and struggling with trying to change your self-concept and self-image. And this is a situation where you can bring out the worst in each other.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if you're doing that. You feel controlled by him, so much so that you have removed her pants and checked her private parts when she's come home. And later, where did this lip come from?
I can tell you, but I'm not.
You said, quote, that's where he stood on my face because he thought I took his cigarettes.
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phil.
Carrie will do anything to get pain pills.
She actually caused an accident so she could get more drugs.
From PTA mom
You've gone to school high, been around these kids high.
to addict,
You bring heroin into my home?
living in her luxury car.
My husband told me to get the hell out of the house.
You stealing my money? You're physically violent?
You gave up on me. You told me I wish you were dead.
That's tomorrow.
In the very first tape that we played about you, you were very emotional at the end of the tape, and you said, I don't see myself the way I am now. I see myself the way I was.
I still have a hard time accepting myself. I don't see what other people see in mirrors. I feel like I have no self-esteem, that I'm not equal. I'm not good enough.
My point exactly.
Well, that's my point exactly. Having done this as long as I have, and you said you don't just throw out opinions, you do your research and you speak from a position of authority. I do the same thing, and I've done a lot of research in this area. I've had members of my family that have died prematurely from morbid obesity. I've written 2 books on the subject matter. So I've done a lot of research on this, and I know that you can lose the weight and still see yourself as you were before. And so I know that you have a very critical role if you're with her in helping her. You can't change her self-concept and her self-image, but you can certainly contribute to it or contaminate it with what messages you send her. You feel controlled by him. True?
Yes, but I also think that it's
Do you want help with that? Do you want to redefine? Because I went through and made a list, and here's what she feels from you. She says that you are controlling, so much so that you have removed her pants and checked her private parts when she's come home. And yet
No.
you say you're not jealous.
I'm not jealous.
But have you done that?
Well, there's a reason I asked her if she was messing with somebody, with her ex-husband, in fact.
But that sounds like jealousy and controlling to me, which gives you a message
That was before we even really got together. And
were you jealous of the landlord?
no, I was mad at him. I wasn't jealous. I'm not jealous of people, Dr. Phil.
If a man flirts, do you think it's her fault?
No, I sure don't.
Do you think that all men want from her is sex and she doesn't see that? Just because she's just naive about it?
No, not all men, no. A whole bunch of them, like places we go, like around the truck stops. Yeah.
Have you told her that she's not allowed to look a male waiter in the eye?
No, I have not. I put my hand on the Bible on that.
But do you perceive that? Do you perceive that he told you that?
Yeah, I guess I perceive it that way.
Are you not allowed to lock the bathroom door?
I can lock the bathroom door. It's just that he's like, it made him feel like I was doing something I wasn't supposed to. This was kind of like the beginning of the
wasn't that.
relationship.
What could that be?
No, if you don't understand something.
He thinks
You know,
Are these
I'm
just
not
things
gonna
I've
go
just put? Does he go through your phone?
Well, yeah, but I go through his too.
Does he wake you up at 3 a.m. to look for something?
Yeah, he has before.
Well, I'll tell you the reason I'm asking some of this is because we were talking to y'all on the phone doing a interview, and you guys got in a fight, an argument that really railed on.
Just 2 days ago, we lost our dog, Chloe, for a long period of hours. James was very upset.
you know, when I lost Chloe, I panicked. I was scared to death. I didn't know what to do.
We probably got into one of the worst arguments. It was very emotionally charged. I didn't mean to leave her.
I blamed it on her. She blamed it on me type thing. She's freaking out.
Instead of working together, he was calling me names and screaming at me. And every time I would try to answer him, he was telling me to shut up.
I love my little girl. I love that dog.
He told me that if we go back and we didn't find her or she was dead, that he would hate me forever and he would leave. But I didn't mean to leave her.
You found the dog.
No, we found the dog.
Yeah.
Don't judge me over that, because I'm not I panicked severely.
We did.
But in that fight, argument.
I don't remember what I said.
Well, you said, dumb bitch.
I
You're
know,
worse
I know,
than a
we don't-
dope fiend. I'm going to beat the out of you. You stupid bitch. You look at me. Don't you test me. I hate you. Get the blank out of here. You won't get the dog. I'm going to sue you, and I have more money than you do, and I'll win. I don't ever want to see you again. And during that 30 minutes, there were 53 profanities hurled at her during that time.
I was so mad, all I thought was tunnel vision. Okay? You can put me down all you want.
I'm not putting you
That's
down. I'm
fine.
asking you questions.
I've never been that way in my life. I panicked, believe me or not. I am one of the best guys you ever met in your life.
I've never met. Listen, I'm not judging you. I don't know you.
It don't matter.
No.
I'm the most generous. I help people. People can laugh. But I'm here for her. You can browbeat me all you want to. I'll take it. I know who I am inside. I want her to be happy.
Well, let me ask you two things. I'm not interrupting you. I'm listening to everything you've had to say, right?
Yes, sir.
Am I browbeating you in some way?
Well, I looked at that list back there, and it's crazy. It's foreign to me. On the phone call, I panicked. I asked, do not judge me over that. I didn't get mad. All I can think of is my little Coco on the side of the road watching us take off. And it scared me.
Where did these come from?
You know what we do for a living?
Yeah.
We get
That's
bruises
what
all
I'm
the
asking.
time. We get bruises all the time.
When we
That's
got,
why I'm asking.
when we
Explain
went
it.
and- when we went
Explain
and found, When we went and found Chloe, there is a hole with blocks and water, and I was afraid that Chloe fell in there. Anyway, so down I went.
Look, I'm a mandated reporter. I'm just asking you, did
Right.
these come from him in some way abusing you?
No.
Well, coming up, Debbie told my producer she has hundreds of photos of injuries. Where did they come from? Is it this job that they're in? I want everybody to have an opportunity to say what they want to say. We'll be right back.
One time, we were both arrested for domestic violence. I bit him. That's why I went to jail. I bit him on his face.
And later,
What you don't understand is that you need help.
I love your mom,
Love.
Kaylee.
Okay, but you don't love her the way she deserves to be loved.
Your son was a part of my family.
My son has never been a part of your family.
why are you dating a 14-year-old child? That's a fourth-degree felony.
You're just a loser, Paul.
You're a verbally abusive dictator. You're the failure of a parent. You're the failure of a parent.
You have no job. You are living in the car.
I have 2 vehicles.
Does the other one have a windshield?
Who do you think you're talking to? I am your father.
Your daughter, we know, is violent and physical.
Shut the up!
And you want to get up in her face and say, what are you doing?
I hate myself so much. There are times where I just want to die. But if I kill myself, I know my family would be so hurt. So that's why I just hurt myself. So they wouldn't have to pay for a funeral.
James and I need to learn to communicate without escalating it into something that just blows up.
When Debbie and I fight, she wants me to listen to her. She gets loud. I don't like to argue at all.
One time, we were both arrested for domestic violence. I went to go get food, and he went to sleep. And when I came back in, he thought I had been out with someone else. It escalated over a period of hours, and we ended up in a physical confrontation. I bit him. That's why I went to jail. I bit him on his face. I scratched his ears. I hit him on his shoulder and his back. Then one time he couldn't find his cigarettes. And he got really rough with me because he thought I hid them. We both had bruises and marks. I don't like to go into detail. It doesn't happen all the time. 90% of the time, he and I can separate and calm down and everything is okay. I know James doesn't want to hurt me.
I want her.
Why are y'all doing that? Why are you attacking each other?
Like I said, I'm no angel in it. I'm not innocent in it either. I want to live the rest of my life with him. I want to marry him, and I think he's the most beautiful man inside and out. And we have a wonderful relationship. It's just, like I said, that one little bit of our relationship that we just need help with.
How do you describe that one little bit?
I'm a pretty private type guy, and I've never been around anybody quite like her. I love her. I will never ever say anything wrong about her. Now, I'll take it on the chin.
But are y'all attacking each other?
No, it's not like that. A few times, I've gotten mad. She's gotten mad, at me.
Man, he ticks me off, but and he, and
are you getting hit?
I know it'll be. People will probably.
Are you getting hit?
Am I hitting you? No, I don't.
We both push it further than we should.
Do y'all need help with that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think so?
Dr. Phil, it don't matter what I say right now. People are not going to believe me anyway. I can tell you, I'm the most quiet person you ever met. I don't get angry too much at all. You can laugh. I'm telling you, you can laugh. You don't know me.
No, I don't know you. That's why I'm asking.
I know. I didn't realize. I just worry about it, but I'm not going to say nothing bad at all about her. I promise you. You can beat me up all y'all want. I'll take it on the chin and sacrifice it for her.
I admit it. I'll admit it. My role. I'll admit.
Yeah,
Listen, I'm not asking you saying bad about her. I'm just asking. I know what you're facing right now in getting your life together, and I know what challenge it takes for a partner. And I get the feeling that you want to say it, but you don't want to say it in front of him. And you're saying, well, you can beat me up if you want to. I have not beat you up. I have not browbeat you. I've asked you questions. And if you're trying to play the victim, you got the wrong guy.
I'm not trying to play no victim.
You got the wrong guy. I'm just asking questions.
I understand.
I'm just asking questions because, and let me tell you, I'm your best friend in this situation because if this is escalating to the point that it's getting physical, I mean, where did this lip come from? Answer that question. Where did this lip come from?
I can tell you, but I'm not. Because it's not. You don't understand. I'm not going to. I am not going to say anything.
Okay.
I'm a lot different guy than y'all think I am.
Well, you keep saying I'm a different guy than you're a different guy than I think you are. You don't know what I think about you.
I know that.
I'm the least judgmental person you've ever met. I'll guarantee you. I'm just saying, if you need help, I'm trying to get you help. You said, quote, that's where he stood on my face because he thought I took his cigarettes.
No, I did not.
That's what you said. That's your quote. I didn't say that. That's what you said. If you two are getting to the point that you are aggressing against each other, that needs to stop. Coming up, Debbie's 19-year-old daughter says James has different personalities, that he does have swings. One of them, she says, can be dangerous, others not. We'll meet her after the break.
Every time my mom and James were together, they'd get into huge arguments. During one of their fights, he got frustrated and threw a pool ball. It went right past my head. It was so close it could have killed me.
James makes me second guess myself about everything I do, looking, talking, communicating with other people. I don't want him to think that I'm flirting with anybody, so I overthink and I'm stressed out because I don't want to say the wrong thing, and I choose my words wisely, and they still end up being the wrong words. Sometimes I just feel like I don't know what to do when I'm with James.
Well, Debbie's daughter Kaylee moved in with Debbie and James 2 weeks after Debbie divorced her father. Now, at first, Kaylee says James was great. But 1 month later, she says he started to show different colors. Take a look at what she says.
When I first met James, I thought he was a nice guy, and I quickly found out that I was wrong. Every time my mom and James were together, they'd get into huge arguments. When James gets angry at my mom, he calls her a crazy bitch. He tells her she's crazy, worthless, fat, chubby, any word he can use negatively. During one of their fights, he got frustrated and threw a pool ball. It went right past my head. It was so close it could have killed me. I've seen my mom physically injured by James around 3 or 4 times in the past. I've seen black eyes, busted lips, bruises on her arms, legs, face. When I see my mom with marks on her, and she doesn't ever like to talk about it. But in my heart, I know that James did it. Whenever my mom and James fight, she will call me crying and ask me to come pick her up, and she'll be miles and miles away, and then she'll change her mind by the time I leave, and she never comes with me. My mom always tries to defend James by saying, oh, it doesn't happen all the time. You have to see his good side. I do see a good side of James, but when his bad side comes out, it's violent and disruptive. It breaks my heart every day to see my mom so in love with someone that's controlling. But if she wants to be with him to be happy, then I just want him to get the help that he needs. I just want my mom to be happy.
Kaylee, I'm glad you're here. I feel like she is afraid to say anything critical in front of him because when they leave here, she's going to pay for it.
No.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
I think that's what she's thinking in her head. So
that's the case. You know, I go back by myself. I can tell the truth. Okay, I can. I love her with all my heart, and I might have a lot of things to work on. I'm not going to put her say the things that she's saying to me. I'm better than that.
Well, what you're not saying is that she is very provoking. That she can get in your face, that she can say stuff, that she doesn't know when to not, that she won't leave it alone, that she will continue and push and push and push and push until a statue would blow up.
She's a good, I love her to death.
And
I'm not going to say nothing bad about her.
I get that, and she said the same thing. She says she doesn't know when to shut up. She doesn't know when to leave it alone. I get that. You're not wanting to say that. I know that. That does not justify getting physical in an argument. What'd you want to say? You just go on.
Well, James and I got along well at first. The biggest issue I have with him is him being physical with my mom. I'm not okay with the way he treats my mother in any terms.
Are you aware of these two getting physical?
Yes.
I do the best I can for everybody, you know, and everybody puts me down.
I didn't come here to attack you.
Yeah.
And that's what you don't understand. What you don't understand is that you need help, and I just want you to get that. That's all I want for you.
Good, yeah, good.
For what?
Yeah.
For what? You can love my mom the way she deserves
I love your mom,
to be loved.
Kaylee.
Okay, but you don't love her the way she deserves to be loved.
Yeah, I do.
And you think that everyone's out to get you, and we're not. I don't want to see you hit her. I don't want to see her hit you. This is about y'all being happy together.
Well, I know that. I understand that, honey.
He told me that I need to think more of myself. He told me that I need to have more respect and more dignity.
Him.
Never in my life have I been physical with anybody. I've never even gotten in a fight with a man.
Yeah, you only hit women.
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phil, from PTA mom
You've gone to school high.
to addict,
You bring heroin into my home?
living in her luxury car.
You told me I wish you were dead.
That's tomorrow.
Robin and I have been married 41 years. We've been together 45 years, and we might have a disagreement, but it never even occurs to one of us to be physical with the other person. And I want that to be off of the table for you guys, because I don't want either of you to be hurt, and I don't want you winding up going to jail. I don't want you sitting in jail saying, good God, the man sat there and pleaded with me to listen to him to stop this, and I was too damn defensive to hear him. He's trying to tell me this so I don't wind up spending 18 months in jail. I don't want that to happen here. I want you to stop this. Big way for you to stop this is for you to decide that you're not some second-class citizen, that you're not some kind of physical, mental, emotional second-class citizen, and decide that you deserve to be treated with dignity and respect. And once you decide that, you will require more from yourself and from anybody in your life. Right. And you have to decide that you're a better man than that, and you're not going to do that kind of thing. You're going to learn to do different individually and as a couple. That's what you have to do.
He's actually told me that. He's told me that I need to think more of myself. He's told me that I need to have more respect and more dignity.
Him. It's
I'm
not
that. He said that to me.
No matter what. I'm trying to make her self-confident. Every day is me trying to teach her to be self-confident. That's what people don't understand.
He does.
And I got a plan. Okay, we're together all the time. Okay, and that might get on some people's nerves. Maybe you need to stay home. I try real hard to get her self-confident, teach her things and make her feel good about it. I do. I don't care what anybody says. I do. I try hard. And
but do you think sometimes you run red lights and you lose control?
I do. She gets mad at me, and I don't understand why she's getting mad at me, And
but do you think you run red lights? Do you think you lose control sometimes?
Never in my life have I been physical with anybody. I've never even gotten in a fight with a man, okay? Except for my little brother, and that's a fact.
Yeah, you only hit women.
Huh?
Well, you can't change what you don't acknowledge, and if you say that you've never put your hands on her in anger, then that's not going to change. I'm not asking you to lie to yourself. If you don't believe you ever have, then I don't expect you to say you have.
He was never like that.
So he's never put his hands on you in anger?
We both
gone
at each other. We both have. Like I said, I'm not the innocent little mouse in that either. Okay. I'm not over in the corner trying to cover my head.
Not what I asked you. Okay. Coming up, James says Debbie knows exactly which buttons to push to set him off, but he says he doesn't go off. I think it is.
I understand. It's not an everyday thing, man.
Of course it's not. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. But as I said, you can't change what you don't acknowledge. I've said what I've had to say, so it's time to move on from this subject. I'll be right back.
The #1 show in daytime is taping now. All we need is you.
You're going to be in the Los Angeles area and want to watch a live taping of the Dr. Phil Show? Call 323-461-PHIL. That's 323-461-7445 or visit drphil.com. Tickets are free, and I hope to see you soon. Okay, we're back. I'm talking with Debbie and James, and daughter Kaylee has joined us. My job is not to judge. My job is to help. I don't think you're an evil guy, even almost. I think the way you describe yourself is probably 99% true. But I think there are times that you run out of patience and socially acceptable ways to express yourself. And you say that doesn't happen all the time? No, it doesn't. And it doesn't take very often to allow yourself to dip below a standard that you should hold yourself to. And I think the same thing about you. I think you have a damaged personal truth. And you have to decide that you're going to claim to live your life in the light and demand to be treated with dignity and respect by yourself, by your daughter, by everybody in your life. I have a company that is tailor-made for people like yourselves called Doctor on Demand. People that travel, because I can arrange for you two to have a licensed doctoral level therapist that you can pop up on your computer. It doesn't matter whether you're 1,000 miles from home or 2,000 miles or 100 miles from home. You can have an appointment, you can pop it up, and you're right there, and the two of you can have a session with the same person every time, and you can talk about these things and learn how to have coping skills and learn how to communicate better. And I will offer that to you as our gift to you guys to work through this in the privacy of your own setting. And if you at home want to have your own Doctor on Demand, go to Google Play Store or iTunes App Store. You just download the Doctor on Demand app and hook it up, and there you go. And I know you're wrestling with something now that after losing more than 300 pounds, Debbie says she can't identify with who she sees in the mirror. She says that she has 30 extra pounds of skin that just doesn't help her self-esteem. Take a look at this.
After I lost weight, I was left with about 30 pounds of excess skin.
Debbie has a lot of extra skin on her arms right here, about her belly, and her legs. A lot of people think skin can shrink real quick. You know, when a woman has a baby, she's out there and the belly comes in. After a while, it's pretty normal, you know. This is a little different. It's like having a baby all over your body.
James tells me that I'm beautiful. He tells me he loves my skin, and he doesn't care if it's there or not.
I don't think about that. That's not on my mind. She's on my mind. I know it's there. I can't lie. You can see it. But it does not affect me. It affects her self-esteem and her emotions really bad.
I want to get rid of the skin to close a healing process that I need to finally feel like a normal person.
Right next door is Stage 30, where my son produces the Emmy Award-winning show, The Doctors. And we reached out to see if they could help Debbie. And joining us on Polycom today is the co-host of The Doctors and plastic surgeon, Dr. Andrew Orden, and plastic surgeon correspondent for The Doctors, Dr. Rita Chopra.
Dr. Chopra and I, we reviewed the pictures. No, kudos to Debbie. 300-pound weight loss. That's one of the bigger ones that we've seen. And Dr. Chopra and I have sort of created a niche with our signature tandem makeovers.
That's right. I generally attack the body, and Dr. Orden generally rejuvenates the face at the same time. We can do this, and we decrease the anesthesia time and make it safe for the patient.
Based on the pictures, we want to do the face and the tummy to fix her up.
We are going to send you to Dr. Orden and Dr. Chopra, and these guys are going to work out the plan, and they're going to take care of this for you. We're going to be following Debbie's progress and post-surgery before and after on the Doctors TV show as well. So more surprises when we come back. Thanks so much. What's coming up on Dr. Phil? Visit our website and subscribe to our email newsletter. You'll get weekly updates, life strategies, and exclusive video that you won't find anywhere else.
Plus, on drphil.com, you can see sneak previews of upcoming shows. Log on today.
Look, I certainly hope that Debbie is on the way to feeling better about herself on the inside with the help of Dr. Orden and Dr. Chopra. She certainly will on the outside as well, no question about that. And once you get your body and you get a return to health, then it's time to really start feeling good about how you look on the outside. And Robin's skincare collection has everything you need to make yourself look and feel good.
And if the summer sun has dried out your skin, my Welcome Back Youth Serum is just what you need. It hydrates your skin and helps reduce the appearance of the fine lines and wrinkles. And it has vitamin C to help restore damaged skin.
That's a big deal, right?
It's very important, yes.
All of Robin's cutting-edge products have the highest level of pharmaceutical-grade ingredients allowed without a prescription. She got sunburned one time, so she only uses the best products to protect her skin.
Yes, and the best time to protect your skin with Welcome Back Youth is at night, just before applying your night serum. So you'll wake up really moisturized and smoother skin, almost like welcoming back youth to your face.
So that's what you're doing in there every night.
Yes, every night.
Robin's Welcome Back Youth can be on its way to you with just a few clicks at RobinMcGrawRevelation.com. And while you're there, don't forget to look for my favorite product, the Kissy Permissy.
Yes, these are the Kissy Permissy breath mints. They're his favorite because he always has my permissy to kissy me.
The little X's and O's. You want one?
Yeah, I want one.
Okay.
What did I get? Oh.
What'd you get?
I know.
Oh, I have an X? Okay. Yeah. Trust me, they work. So head on over to RobinMcGrawRevelation.com and get your own Kissy Permissy. But audience, Robin is sending you home with her Welcome Back Youth Serum and your own Kissy Permissy. I want to thank all of my guests today. We'll see you next time. RobinMcGrawRevelation.com.
Bounce, bounce. All the girlies bounce. Take 'em to my house. Turn the party out. Bounce, bounce, bounce. All the girlies bounce. Take 'em to my house. Turn the party out.
You warned me 1,000 times. Memories can kill ya, but I didn't hear ya. I thought that I could fly, but woke up on the asphalt. I swear there was the last stop. I've always been naive. Call it